In lesson 2.3, we're looking at multiplying tens, hundreds, and thousands. It's important to remember that this is going to represent 100, this represents 10, and this represents 1. So when I look at a problem like 4 times 300, I have 4 groups of 300. So 100, 200, 300, 100, 200, 300, 100, 200, 300, 100, 200, 300. I'm going to group those up because I know that 10 hundreds equals 1,000. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Then I have 200s left over. So I would say that that is 200. Now I'm going to add these up. So 1,200. However, doing that every single time, drawing that out can become quite tedious. So there's a little trick that we talked about in class. I'm looking for my basic fact, and it should give me the same answer. So I know that 4 times 3 is 12. I'm just going to cover up my zeros. I know 4 times 3 is 12. And then I'm going to add on those zeros I took off. So if I took off 1, 2 zeros, I'm going to add back on 1, 2 zeros, then add my comma. So I get 1,200. That's a way we can double check it. Let's look at another problem. If I have a problem like 4 or 5 times 4,000, I'm going to look at my basic facts. So I know that 5 times 4 equals 20. I could say 5 times 40 equals 220, and then I took off 1 0, so I'm going to add back on 1 0. We could draw this out. I could draw 40 times 5 with all my tens blocks. However, that would start taking a long time. I could do 5 times 400. 5 times 4 is 20. Add all my 2 zeros. I get 2,000. And I could do 5 times 4,000. 5 times 4 I know is 20. Add on my 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Then I add my comma. We could also skip count. I know that if I skip counted doing 5 times 4, if I had 5 groups of 4, I would get to 20. If I did 5 groups of 40, I went 40, 80, 120. It's going to show the same pattern, just the number of zeros will change in each one. Sometimes we will have a problem like a bank teller has 8 rolls of coins, and each roll has 60 coins in it. So I'll say, how many coins are there? So I'm going to do 8 times 60. I'm going to look at my basic fact. 8 times 6 is 48. I took off 1 0. Sometimes it helps if we underline it and then add it back on, so 480 coins.